Hello and welcome. I'm Saeed from StoryPlanet.net. Dive right into the essence of the most captivating books without reading them cover to cover. Whether you're on the go, at the gym, or just relaxing at home, we offer you a unique and enriching listening experience. Today, we are exploring the book, The Language Instinct, a creation by Steven Pinker. The book, The Language Instinct, 1994, delves into the origins and complexities of language, serving as a brief introduction to linguistics and linguistic anthropology. It argues that our ability to learn language is innate and ingrained in our brains. Before we delve into these revelations, it's interesting to note that Steven Pinker, a professor of psychology at Harvard University, is an experimental psycholinguist and the author of 6 books. 2 of his books, How the Mind Works and The Blank Slate, were finalists for the Pulitzer Prize. With 10 key ideas to unveil, brace yourself for a deep dive into this captivating book on StoryPlanet.net. To start, the text discusses the ease of learning one's first language, highlighting the benefits of understanding why this process is so effortless. The text discusses the natural acquisition of language, the language instinct, human ability to communicate effortlessly through words, language structure, neuroscience behind linguistic skills, children's innate understanding of grammar rules, intuitive language differentiation, and challenges faced by AI like Siri in understanding human speech. Key idea number 1. Humans are naturally equipped with an inherent language ability. Renowned linguist Noam Chomsky introduced the concept of universal grammar, suggesting that children possess an innate understanding of grammatical structure that precedes learning. This idea challenges the notion that grammar is solely acquired through instruction. Chomsky's theory is supported by evidence showing that children, even when faced with novel sentences, grasp complex grammatical rules intuitively. This innate language ability is believed to exist universally across languages and has been observed in deaf children as well. Key idea number 2. The belief that our words impact our perception is not true. The text discusses the concept of linguistic relativity, also known as the Hawkian hypothesis, suggesting that language structure influences perception. It highlights flaws in Worf's claims about Native American languages without direct study. The text discredits the idea that language affects color perception and mentions the Great Eskimo Vocabulary hoax to illustrate the lack of evidence supporting linguistic relativity. Urban myths perpetuate these beliefs despite evidence to the contrary. Key idea number 3. Language is based on 2 principles. Human language communication is facilitated by 2 key principles: the arbitrariness of the sign, where sounds are paired with meanings through rote learning, and the principle that language can create infinite possibilities from a finite set of words through grammar rules. This allows for efficient and vast communication among language communities. Key idea number 4. Words are interesting, although grammar often receives more attention. Sentences and phrases are made of words, which are formed by morphemes governed by morphology rules. Research demonstrates children have innate plurals forming abilities. Comparing languages like English and Kivunjo reveals diverse morphological complexity. English uses derivational morphemes to create new words, whereas Kivunjo exhibits intricate inflectional morphology. Key idea number 5. Understanding speech is compared to a 6th sense due to its profound importance and distinctive function in human communication. Speech lacks clear breaks between words, with sounds merging due to co-articulation, which makes it challenging for computers to accurately recite spoken language. Humans excel at understanding speech due to complexities like context, contradicting top-down processing theories. Key idea number 6. Humans are adept at understanding written language due to our expertise in parsing. The text discusses how the mind processes written language by parsing sentences into component parts to understand their meaning. It explains 2 types of parsing, breadth-first and depth-first searches. It also mentions how depth-first searches can lead to confusion, especially with garden path sentences. These sentences trick parsers by changing meaning midway. Despite challenges, the text highlights human proficiency in language processing and concludes by hinting at the exploration of the origin of language skills in upcoming content. Key idea number 7. Childhood is vital for developing language skills. Children have an innate ability to learn language, acquiring a vast vocabulary at a young age without the need for mnemonic devices. Elisa Newport's study shows that language learning ability declines with age, affecting immigrants who arrive later in life. Historically, children without human contact struggle with language development, exemplified by cases like Jeannie. Key idea number 8. The language instinct may have evolved. The text discusses the potential origin of the language instinct and its compatibility with Darwinian evolution. It debates the complexity of language and unique human ability, suggesting that even though chimpanzees do not possess language, it does not contradict evolutionary theory. Language instinct likely emerged through natural selection, providing an adaptive advantage for survival. Key idea number 9. The importance of good grammar is overstated because it is more subjective than commonly believed. The text discusses the difference between prescriptive and descriptive grammar rules. Prescriptive rules dictate how we should speak, while descriptive rules describe how people actually talk. Scientists focus on descriptive rules as they are essential for language development. Prescriptive rules can change due to trends and political influences. For example, the split infinitives rule is a product of historical events rather than a linguistic necessity. Key idea number 10. Language is a human instinct that offers insights into brain function. Advances in neuroscience and the concept of language as an instinct provide insights into brain structure. Certain brain areas, such as the left perisylvian region, are key for language functions, with 98% of language impairments due to damage in this region. Different language components involve closed brain areas in the left hemisphere. Other hardwired instincts beyond language, like folk biology, also exist. Folk biology, the intuitive recognition of species differences, was confirmed in children's reactions to transformations of living beings versus inanimate objects. Understanding language and instincts sheds light on human cognition and self-discovery. In conclusion, key message: we all have a language instinct hardwired in our brains, deeper than grammar. Language may be crucial for human survival. Further reading recommendation: The Better Angels of Our Nature, by Steven Pinker, examines the history of violence in human society and factors that reduce it. Feedback on content can be sent to rememberastoryplanet.net with the book title as the subject line. Thank you for listening to this summary. If you enjoyed this exploration, we invite you to discover other fascinating books on storyplanet.net. Don't wait any longer. A multitude of books, stories, and knowledge await you there. See you soon on storyplanet.net.